Michelle Tyler. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Good.
3 weeks to go
Yeah.
for the big fight.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Really good.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Yeah.
How's training been going?
It's been going very well actually. We've had a few more girls coming in lately, so a few more Thai boxers, grapplers. So it's actually been really good. Yeah.
Giving you a chance to mix it up, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I tell you, we're here at the London Shootfighters, notorious gym.
Yeah.
Tell me, how important it is to be a part of such a setup, because they're very organised and take the MMA very seriously, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I think they're very well known. They've produced some really good fighters. So I think I made that decision when I decided to do MMA to make sure I chose a really good gym. So even though it's sort of an hour from my home,
Right.
I think if you're going to be risking getting punched in the face and things like that, then you obviously have to choose the right gym, one with a good reputation and people you trust.
Yeah. You mentioned just before this interview started, your coach is a bit of a stickler. Who is your coach, and tell me what kind of things he's been making you do in the run up to this fight?
I have a few coaches actually. Obviously Alexis and Paul Ivans. Obviously I have a different boxing coach as well. I think they're just sort of quite strict about me training at the right times and with the right people. So I think I'm driving him crazy. Obviously he's got to spend a lot more time with me coming up to a fight, and that can't be nice for anybody. So he's probably fed up with me by now.
Are you that bad to be around?
Absolutely, yeah, probably worse.
Why is that? Why would you say that? Are you a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to...
Well, obviously I'm a female as well, so he's used to being around guys, so I think he can speak differently to guys, act differently to guys.
Right.
So obviously when I'm spending this much time with him, it all sort of comes out, and I think I probably just act slightly differently to the guys.
Right. Tell me what you've been working on particularly. I know you've got a kickboxing background, but what's and I'd imagine you've been working on your weaker aspects of your game. What are those?
Yeah, I haven't done much grappling as far as competitions go. I've been training grappling for a while,
Right.
but I've probably been working on that a little bit more. But overall, I have been working on everything. We have sort of classes here every day. We always have a boxing, Thai boxing, and a groundwork class here every day. And then obviously I'm getting to spar and do a lot more technical work with the coaches. So overall, just everything.
So you're training every day?
Apart from Sundays, I'm allowed Sunday off. Yeah.
Wow, that must be quite intense. What time do you go to bed, for instance?
Well, I work here, so the gym shuts about 10:30. Every now and again I'll come up after the gym shuts and do a little bit of cardio.
Right.
I live an hour away, so after I've eaten and get home, it's probably about 1:30.
Yeah. Whereabouts do you live?
Wokingham, near Reading.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you do cardio at 10:30 in the night when most people are getting ready to go to bed?
Yeah.
How do you unwind? Does the journey home kind of help you to do that, or?
Food, normally.
Are you starving at the end of that?
Yeah, just
no doubt.
yeah.
How often do you eat as well?
Oh, I eat a lot.
How often?
I probably eat 4 or 5 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is the first fight I've had to lose a little bit of weight for, just a couple of kilos.
What is your weight?
I walk around about 53,
Right.
but this, I'm a bit heavier than
Big.
normal. The fight's 51,
Right.
but normally I fought girls that are heavier than me, and I've been a bit lighter myself. It's only been the last sort of 6 months that I've put on a little bit of weight, so
Right.
having to lose a couple of kilos.
Having to cut the weight.
Yeah, it's not really a problem, it's just a couple of kilos, but it's not nice when you're used to eating whatever you want and carb loading before a fight and things. It's just having to think about what I eat.
Hence the
horrible.
cardio at 10:30 in the evenings.
And then saunas, actually we've got a sauna here and everything, so that's a really great way to unwind as well, just relax a little bit.
Have you found out anything more about Vickie? I remember when we last spoke, you said that you didn't know much about her.
Vickie, no, I haven't actually. Like I said, I think I know enough. She's got a very good groundwork, but I'm expecting her to be a good striker as well. Otherwise, she wouldn't have decided to do an MMA fight. She would have stuck to jiu-jitsu and wrestling. So
It's going to be a really big occasion. You're fighting on the kings of the cage, which is quite ironic actually.
Yeah.
But you're going to be representing the queens of the cage.
Yeah. They've sent me some posters where they've crossed out the kings and,
have they?
and scribbled queens under it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So
great occasion.
It
I mean,
is, yeah.
what this is going to be a springboard. So where do you hope that it goes from here?
Well, I'm assuming that once females see this, there are quite a few females that fight, but it's finding someone the right weight with the right experience. I'm assuming there'll be a few more girls come out of the woodwork, and UCMMA have a show every 6 weeks. So hoping to just get regular fights from now on that show or any other show.
Michelle, what do you make of the naysayers, those who don't? I mean, in this country, kind of female MMA is quite new in terms of concept. So what do you make of those who probably think you should leave it to the guys?
I think you'll probably find it's not as many as you think.
Right.
Most people, even when I was Thai boxing, I was a sales manager or a sales rep.
Yeah.
Went in with the odd black eye, and once you explain to people, they're really quite interested, and I think they're not really that against it. If anything, they sort of react slightly differently. I don't think they're against it, but I've noticed when I'm sparring in here, especially if I'm sparring with the guys, you'll hear the guys outside the cage being like, oh, he shouldn't hit out that hard, and things like that. But they're very good with it normally. I know Carlos Formola's probably one of the guys that doesn't agree with it at all. Thinks women should be in the kitchen or something, but you know, he still doesn't mind. He's fine with it.
Training with the guys, I was going to touch on that. That must be, I mean, obviously you're used to it, but for those who aren't used to probably seeing a woman train with guys, and I know that it gets quite intense.
Yeah, it does.
It's been difficult.
It's difficult in the respect that some guys, you know, with the girl it's obviously more realistic. Girls are just as good as guys. They'll hit you hard. They're very good at grappling. So I think it's always better to train with girls. The guys can either go too hard or too light, but it's all good training at the end of the day. The guys will try and help you a lot more. If you're training with another female, it's always going to be quite competitive. Yeah. Whereas when you're training with the guys, a lot of them will be quite technical with you and help you out a little bit more. I think it is I am used to training with guys. There's not really been many females in any other gym I've trained, but so if you're a female coming to the gym and you're not used to training with guys, it might not be that nice at first, but most places now do have a wider variety of people and girls.
Have you been hurt?
I hate it when people ask that because it panics me and I've been a little bit jinxed, but no, I've been really lucky. Like some Thai boxing fights have always been with gloves, heavier gloves and things like that, so there's obviously more risk of being cut or injured, I think, in an MMA fight where but no, I've been very lucky so far.
You've been fortunate, yeah. Come to bigger cage, have you fought on a bill as big as the UCMMA is going to be on December?
Yeah, I have.
Where?
But that was Thai boxing. That was in Holland.
Right. So you're used to the bigger occasion. You won't be nervous then?
To me, I've always said it really doesn't matter if I fight in front of 10 people, maybe 10,000. I'm sure if I did, I may change my mind and get a little bit of stage fright. But it's not about who's there or who's watching. As long as you've got support, as long as your corner are there, I think. You know, I fought in Holland where I don't know anybody in the crowd, but they've still been very good, very supportive. Even if you win and you beat a Dutch girl, everyone's really nice about it. It's not an issue. So I'm assuming that I don't really care how many people are there. I'm really thinking about the cage and who's sort of there with me, which will be my coaches.
You got any special music for your ring entrance? Or are you
well,
coming into that ultimate challenge stuff that Dave likes to impose on people?
I'm really trying not to because I think it's awful. But I haven't got a tune yet. My friend was working on some things for me,
right.
And I might get the same guy that made Nick Headhunter's tune.
Okay, right.
So we've got a couple of things in the pipeline. So yeah, I thought that was quite a good one. So
away from the sport, Michelle, who worries about you? Because I can imagine you have a few people that do, your family, close friends and stuff like that. And how do you kind of offset that feeling that, you know, what's she doing?
Yeah, my mum absolutely hated it when I started Thai boxing, and then I took 2 years off. And my mum was the person that said, look, I think you should go back to training.
Why was that?
I think she realised I was working a lot and I wasn't probably as happy, maybe a little bit moody where I hadn't been going to the gym and sort of getting things out of my system. When you're used to training every day and then you stop, you know, it's
a void.
Something's missing and then you try and sort of work and do other things, but it's not the same. So my mum's really supportive. My uncle absolutely loves it. My brothers love it.
How many brothers you got?
I've got 3.
Older, younger?
They're all younger, all slightly younger.
Did you have to beat them up when they were little?
Yeah, of course, just for fun a lot of the time.
I'd imagine they don't mess about with you now, right?
No, they're pretty good now actually. They've had their moments where they've sort of been a bit stronger than me, but I mean, even my granddad is over 80 and he's come to watch me fight a couple of times. So generally I've got quite a lot of support, even though my mum does look very stressed before I fight. So
will she be at the?
Yeah, she'll be there.
So you have your whole family there, yeah?
Yeah, they will come to support. Yeah, they're very good. Really good.
My last question probably will be, if you got an invite to somewhere overseas to represent female MMA, is that something you would explore? And if not for now, when?
absolutely. I'm already talking, depending on how my fights go and how many fights I can get here, Japan has got to be the place to go for smaller women. I know in America there are a lot of women that train, but they've got some fantastic girls in Japan, and it would, if I got to that stage, then it would be a great opportunity. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much.
No worries.